Okay, 10-minute art talks. This week we are going to work with this inspiration I got at a rummage sale. All 6 of these, and they were all attached together as one big piece of art. And I got them for $5. So they're all birds. I'll flip through them real quick. I'll show you the paints that I'm going to use. I'm going to paint gift bags using these as my inspiration. And I will have pictures at the end also, so you can see them again. But eventually, my thought was these are going to get collaged over, and I'm going to recycle, reuse, and repurpose. But the more I was looking at them, I'm like, I really love those. I really love the birds. So I'm going to try them on gift bags for the Mighty River Art Studio tour that I have coming up in September. So here's my gift bags. I just have these already have with paint on, and I have some with black gesso on it. We're going to try all kinds. I just picked out some colors of paint because I was looking at the birds. I can see now that I'm going to have to put some more colors in there, but that's fine. I grabbed out my big brushes. I want to do real loose, big strokes, really quick. So I got these for brushes. I will change over my camera to my filming area after I clean this up, and we'll paint some bags, okay? See you in a bit. Okay, 10-minute art talk, and I am going to talk about working on these birds. We're going to set the timer, 10 minutes, and then I'm going to show you again the inspiration. I'll list the pictures, but I got 6 panels like this of birds. They're all different. They were all attached as one piece of art, and I got it at a rummage sale for $5. So I had my husband take them apart, and now I'm going to attempt to paint birds in this type. Here's another one in this style. Obviously not copying, because I tried to do some research on this name here for the signature, but the only thing I came up with was this, and I wanted to make sure if this is the person here that I gave them credit. He's a Turkmenistan-born artist, acrylic or oil. So this may be this person's work. Obviously, these are reproductions, like something you would buy at Walmart or something like that. I don't know where they came from. They came from a rummage sale, and I'm just using them as inspiration, okay? So I started on this one, and I tried it on some scrap paper, just so that I was trying to be less precious. I don't want to get hung up in my head. So I just used some old pieces of watercolor paper that I didn't like what I did, and I tried to do the birds. Well, this is what I came up with. First attempt. I don't mind them. I can tell they're birds. I love the colors. I can tell they're birds. I mean, first attempt and second attempt, so I thought pretty darn good. Okay, so we're going to try another one. And I'm just using great big brushes. I'm using a whole bunch of different colors of acrylic paint. I'm not mixing paint. I'm trying to use up some old acrylic paint. What a better way to do that, by practicing something new. Okay, so we're going to keep going. I'm going to use a big brush. And what I found, oops, there's paint on that. What I found when I was working on these other practice ones is that I started with the white and gave the bird a round belly, and that seems to work. So that's where I'm going to start. We're going to give a big round belly. I'm just being really loose, not getting hung up. This is a piece of paper, a scrap paper that I no longer want. I'm going to go to the wing and the head portion. So the wing comes like this, just like that. Sometimes I make noises when I paint doing this loosely, and it doesn't matter. You do what you want, and whatever makes you happy when you paint. Apparently making some of these strange noises is what makes me happy. So I gave him a head there, and on the top of his head he has some of that color, and it goes around and it meets this way. Then there is a black beak right here like that. See, I'm not being precious at all, and I'm just using lots of brushes. I'm just dipping into different colors of paint, and I'm just going for it. This is practicing to go on a bunch of bags. There's a technique that I kind of like doing, and I use some sometimes I lose track of thought when I'm painting, but I use some airbrush medium and some black acrylic paint, and I do some details like you can see here. So don't get too precious when you're working on this. We'll fix it in the end with that black paint. Here's a little bit of blue I need right in here below the eye. Get a different brush, just put it in the black, giving the bird an eyeball. It's already coming to life. You can tell that this is a bird, right? So it's so exciting. So I'm going to give him some little legs. One goes out like this. This one has some feet, some toes. I'm not getting worried about it. I'm not worried about it. I'm going to maybe just go a little bit like this. I don't know why, just because I saw that in the picture. I don't really love it, but I can fix it later. I'm just going to stay loose. I want to put a little bit of this orangey color in there. Doesn't matter if it's blending. They're feathers, right? Need a little more white. And I'm just using middle of the road acrylic paint. I'm trying to get rid of a lot of colors, and it's important if you swatch out your colors so you know what you have, so you know where to find the colors. Then when you're looking for something, you're like, yeah, I got that, see right here? And you can create faster, and you can create looser and more fun, and not being panicked about, oh, do I have the right colors or anything like that. I'm going to leave this be because it's starting to get overworked. So I'm going to go to the background. Something that I liked about doing this, I liked going around and filling in the background. I'm going to do it really quickly because we are on the clock, right? What color should I do of the background? That orange is really quite striking. So I'm going to go with something that I'm kind of trying to get rid of the color, this one here. I'm just going to block it in. If there's something I didn't like that I colored or painted, like right here, I didn't like that little bit, okay, goodbye. This is just practice. It's just to get you going with the colors, get you going with the idea, figuring it out. Art practice is fun. So I'm going to go really quickly. We're not going to worry about this background. I just want to have a little bit of time for the paint to dry so that we can go in and do that airbrush medium and the black acrylic paint, because you'll see how fun it is to do. And that is where, not that they're big details, but that is where the fun comes in, I believe. And of course, when I'm not doing this in front of a camera with a little timer going for 10 minutes, I could take my time a little bit better and make it a little nicer. But I'm not worried about that right now. I'm thinking about getting you this video, getting you this idea, and getting you the time to get with your paints and not be watching videos all day, right? That's what 10-minute art talks is all about. Just having a bit of inspiration for the week Try it out if you want. Don't if you don't want. That's fine. You know, sometimes it's fun to take a 10-minute break and watch some videos. I agree. I just have to make sure I'm doing it on my breaks from painting and creating, because if I don't, then I just get stuck watching videos and not creating. Okay, it's not perfect. We're not going for perfect, right? We're going for quick. We're going for cool. It's going to be a little bit wet. I'm going to zoom in a little bit when I do this next part. I'm watching the timer. Oh my goodness. Where are we for time? Only a minute or two, so I may go over, but I want to show you this last bit. And then watch the pictures at the end, right? And hopefully you like this technique. And like I said, I will make sure that I have the pictures at the end. I'm just going really sloppy, drawing in that wing. Who cares? Make it whimsical if you want. Give him black feathers if you want. I'm dabbing off my nozzle here, and this technique is in an online class that I have available on my website, and that is Abstract Florals. Obviously, we're not doing birds when it's Abstract Florals. This is my first attempt at birds, and boy, they're sure fun. I'm going to give them a quick little branch to stand on. It doesn't matter. It's just practice. And I really quite like them. I do want to put my cover on my thing. I'll show you a few pictures from the Abstract Florals class. We make bags. We make all kinds of things. We go over this technique. I did make pumpkins in the fall, and for winter I made cardinal bags. So now we are doing birds. I want to quickly and easily, I apologize, I'm over in my time, but you have to dot that I so that that bird comes alive, right? I can go on and on, put white highlights in here. I really liked when I used a little bit of this purple, just because it's one of my favorite colors. And just watch what it does to put this purple right here on its belly. Pew. There's me making that noise again. But fun, huh? Stay tuned. I'll tell you how it goes. And maybe next week I'll still be working on birds. Who knows? But this turned out okay. Have a good week. Stay creating. And we'll talk to you again soon. 10-minute art talks. See you next week. Bye.